look at that. That's not no bueno. That's not no bueno. Ah, that sucks. There's an issue here now. Fuel's gonna spray out a little bit, not too much though. That was a little bit more than I anticipated. Got gas all over me, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to get this one done today.
So you what?
Yup.
Swear.
Yup. Swear to God.
Bro, I had to borrow my girl for this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I was not able to afford this. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. Keep it. Shout out to her though. Yeah.
All right, so today we're gonna be doing a free car repair for a customer. Today's customer is a 2008 Infiniti G35. It has a check engine light. Right now, I have no idea what's going on with it, so we're gonna take a look at it. Thanks to the sponsor of this video, Innova. They're the reason that we're able to do this for the customer today, where we're going to be giving a free car repair to a customer. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and put this bad boy on the lift. Pretty much customer states on this one, ever since that his check engine light turned on, at times the vehicle doesn't want to start. It did it on me when I pulled it in to put it on the lift. It starts up for a second and then it just dies out. It did it twice. I mean, the third time I gave it some gas and it didn't do it. So we're gonna scan it, see what kind of codes we got. We're gonna be using our Innova 5610. Put a link in the description if you guys wanna buy one. Pretty good scanner. We're gonna go ahead and start scanning this vehicle and see what's going on with it, see why it doesn't wanna start at times. Hopefully it's nothing too complex, who knows? Part of the job, right? You know, some days are easy, some days are hard, some days are cheap, some days are expensive. So let's figure it out. We got the Innova 5610 right here. We're gonna go ahead and plug it up onto the OBD2 port on the Infiniti. Oh, get out of here, Scooby. Can't go in customers' cars, bro. We're gonna see what type of codes we got. But yeah, no, it has a condition where it starts at time. Sometimes it doesn't start, sometimes it does. We're gonna see right now. Chop, Scooby. Off the top of my head, I know there's some type of communication error with the computer. Usually with these codes, the U1000 is relating to some type of ground that's not grounded properly. We're also gonna go ahead and do the OEM version of this diagnostic just to make sure that we don't have any other ones. So we're gonna go ahead in here and hit the Infiniti OEM Enhance. As you can see right here, we do have the 08 Infiniti G35. We're gonna go ahead and read these ETCs for the engine and let's see what we get. Yeah, so the U1000 is the only error code that we have at the moment. So the U1000 is the only error code that we have on the vehicle at the moment. Like before, we're gonna do our diagnostic procedure. But in order to do that, we had to go to our computer. So let's go ahead and get to the computer real quick. We're on Identifix at the moment. We're gonna type in 2008 Infiniti G35. Then we're gonna type in the code that we're getting. We gotta do some research before we start getting into it. Found broken ground strap, repair ground strap, also tightened the loosened ground strap. So yeah, a lot of these are pointing towards a ground issue. So here's the game plan. We're gonna go ahead and check the voltage on the alternator, make sure that alternator is charging properly. Once we know that it's charging properly, we're gonna go ahead and inspect all the grounds. And then after that, we're gonna see what happened. We're gonna clean the ground and hopefully we don't find any broken ones. Like right there, the vehicle wanted to die out, but it didn't. So now let's go check this alternator, see what's going on here. Simple thing, we're just gonna use our voltmeter right here. We're just gonna check the voltage on it, see where it's charging at. And we are, okay, as you guys can see right there, we are at 14.2 volts, indicating a good charge on the alternator. So I know that it's not gonna be an alternator issue. So now that we have that crossed off, now we're gonna have to inspect all the grounds on the vehicle. I'm gonna back this up a little bit more. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. All right, let's see if it wants to die off. See, right there it died off again. To me, it feels like the vehicle is not grounded properly. So let's take a look. Supposedly there's some grounds on the transmission. There's a ground cable right here, right? Yeah, that splits off into the transmission there. I don't see the ground that people are referring to. All right, so we're also gonna go ahead and check the freeze frame data, mainly because I was doing some more research and then to determine if it does have a ground issue, we're supposed to get a 40 degrees and negative 58 degrees on the freeze frame data on the coolant temp and the intake air temp. So right here is gonna be our freeze frame, and now we're gonna be looking for the coolant temp, and we're gonna look for the coolant temp and the intake air temp. Coolant temp is supposed to be at negative 40 IAT. Okay, so intake ambient temperature is supposed to be at negative 58. That one we're at 86. ECT engine coolant temp is at 171. So I mean, our values, they're good. I mean, technically, in theory, we shouldn't have a ground issue. I looked underneath, I couldn't find any ground near the transmission. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're gonna take this cover off, boom. All right, so right here, this ground for the engine harness, everything. As you can see right here, we have a lot of corrosion. like a lot. This corrosion probably has been caused through coolant, maybe just from opening the cap and then it just falls onto it, something along those lines. We have another ground right here. I don't really like this one because this one's like super loose. This is electrical tape. Someone already tried to fix this before, so that's another concern that we gotta check out, see what's going on there. Another 2 grounds right here. Follow this, it goes to over here, and take off the battery because there's some grounds over there. So we're just gonna cover all bases. We're gonna go ahead and clean those 2 grounds over there. Yeah, we had pretty good rain here about 2 weeks ago, and then while I was reading and doing research on this, supposedly there's a ground underneath the battery, underneath all this plastic, and that water likes to collect there, and then sometimes the common cause on these cars for that engine to be, for that check engine light to be turning on like that, but we're gonna check right now. We gotta take off this tray. Boom. Go. Yeah, I don't see anything here at all. So what we'll do is we're gonna start cleaning these grounds up. See how this ground turns out. I had electrical tape. I'm not really sure why I had electrical tape, but I mean the ground seems decent. We're still gonna give it a quick little cleaning because I mean we already have it off, so might as well, right? On to this one right here. There we go. Yeah, no, that ground looks cool. The only real ground that we should have some type of concern is gonna be that one right there. It's underneath this goddamn. Yeah, baby. Yeah, no, that one's okay. Yeah, no, that one's pretty corroded. We got some battery cleaner that I keep around here at the shop, so we're gonna go ahead. And we also got a steel brush. Apply a little bit of this onto there. We're also gonna down. Make sure this is nice and clean area too. Now. Clean this one up. Clean this one too. All right, cool. We're gonna retighten all the grounds, and then after that, we're gonna put the battery on. We're not gonna put the plastic cover on because I don't know if this is gonna work or not. If this doesn't work, then we're gonna have to start looking in different areas. But it was the easiest thing to start off with was the grounds. The customer's valve cover is leaking a good amount of oil as well. So we're gonna give him a call, see if he wants to do that. It goes right there. This one's pretty clean now. This is my first time dealing with the U1000 code. I know honestly guys, I don't have that much experience with this particular code. So, you know, this is a learning experience for me too. So at the moment, we don't have a check engine light. What we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna test drive the vehicle. One, for the battery could charge up because I don't wanna turn it off and then, you know, battery's dead. But we're gonna test drive it, make sure the check engine light doesn't turn back on. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and talk to our customer, see if he wants to do that valve cover. I generally think it just might've been that ground. It looked like it was covered in antifreeze. I think that ground was just corroded, causing the issues for the customer, but we're about to see. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and test drive this thing. And yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so we just came back from the test drive. We're back here at the shop, and as you guys can see right here, we started up the vehicle. Vehicle is no longer dying out. Anytime that I'll start the vehicle, it'll start up for a second, then just immediately stall out. After we clean the ground and all that, it's no longer stalling out. As you guys can see right there, I mean, we have little lights. We have the little warning lights there. One more time, check it out. Beautiful. I think the ground that was covered in coolant wasn't making proper contact with the vehicle, and it was just causing that little shortage of it starting, because I mean I test drove it for about 10 miles and it hasn't really done anything as of yet. I did talk to the customer. The customer is going to want to go ahead and do the valve cover gasket. It does have a substantial leak. I'm gonna go ahead and lift up the vehicle real quick just so I can show you guys, and then yeah, we're gonna start doing the valve cover on it. The customer is going into this thinking that they're gonna have to shell out $700 for their vehicle, one for the ground cleaning and the diagnostic of the check engine light, and two for the valve cover. But at the end of this video, we're gonna surprise them with a completely free job, and they're gonna save those $700, and who knows, save it for the next bills, who knows. But yeah, they're gonna save $700 today, and yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and lift up this vehicle and see the valve. I'm gonna show you guys the valve cover gasket leak where I see it at. Yeah, we'll just leave it there, and then I'll start working on the valve cover. Okay, here we go. So we're underneath the vehicle now. It's right there. That's the exhaust manifold bolt right there. And typically whenever there's oil on any type of exhaust manifold, more than likely is going to be coming from the valve cover gasket. Yeah, no, it's definitely leaking oil from the valve cover gasket, so we're going to go ahead and start doing that where we can get this vehicle back to the customer and surprise them with a free car repair and a free scanner, you know. Boom, check this one. Press, squeeze back. Okay, there we go. Upper intake manifold is off. So now we have clear access to this right here. This is where we gotta be at. I disconnect this. Disconnect this one too. Ow. Always cover up the intake holes, because if you drop a bolt down there, then you gotta take apart the engine. Now we got our handy dandy 10s right here. Bang, bang, bang. Pull that out. Boom, boom. I think there's a fuel pressure regulator right here. I think, not too sure. Watch out, fuel's gonna spray out a little bit, not too much though. There, that was a little bit more than I anticipated. Got gas all over me, but third ignition coil, move them like that. There we go. Come on, yeah. Boom, valve cover bolts off now. Boom, boom. More that we missed. Woo, things are hot. Something that you'll note is here, whoever the owner or previous owners of this vehicle, they took care of it. A couple things that I'm already noticing here. I mean, there's not any like crazy oil stains. Typically, if an owner of a vehicle doesn't do their oil change on time, all of this will be stained dark yellow. But I mean, when it looks fresh and clean like this, I mean, this is a good indication that whoever owned the vehicle took pretty good care of it. And also, I don't see a lot of burn marks on the camshaft either, or wear marks, honestly. I mean, it looks like whoever owns this took care of it. Just clean this up real nice and clean like. And then clean the mounting surfaces on it. Here's our old valve cover. I mean, this valve cover is made out of plastic. Not ideal, but it's what Nissan wanted to do, I guess. Also, these tube seals, not replaceable, not serviceable at all. Once they start leaking, you gotta change out the whole valve cover. But each valve cover is like 300 bucks or like 200 bucks. It's like a crazy amount of money. It's like low-key ridiculous how much they are, but you do right. Good old Felpro. Open this bad boy up. Boom, boom, boom. Gasket, gasket, gasket. We gotta put some silicone on the corners. Gonna go ahead and put a nice fat old bead right there. See if this makes me struggle or not. Make sure the gasket's still in place. Gasket's still in place. So now we just, there we go. Yeah, typically I do like a whole process where I clean the valve covers real good. Try to make everything look real nice, but the customer does need his car back today for he can go to work, make money and all that. Not gonna tighten fully down. Just gonna make it meet to the valve cover. Once we meet all of them, we'll do a hand tightening. Oh yeah, forgot. We're gonna change the spark plugs out while we're at it. Spark plugs weren't terrible, weren't great. I mean, we're already in there, so we might as well just change them out, you know. That's what I typically recommend to everybody that comes by. The owner of the vehicle told me he hasn't had the car for too long, so he doesn't really know like the history of it, like what work has been done. He just told me that he bought it from like a older Asian gentleman. He said it was like Cambodian or something, I don't know. Ah! All right, cool. This side is done. Let's do the other side. Oh, look at that. That's not no bueno. That's not no bueno. Ah, that sucks. There's an issue here now. Well, we quoted the customer on a valve cover with the valve cover gasket, but now we gotta replace the valve cover. So we pretty much prevented a misfire happening down the line, mainly because this ignition coil is now covered in oil. The spark plug in here is completely filled with oil. But like I stated earlier, these valve covers aren't serviceable. So in order for us to fix this oil leaking into the cylinder, we have to replace the valve cover now. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to get this one done today, mainly because I'm not able to get the part today, you know. I could get it tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning. Talk to the customer, he does want to go ahead and proceed and replace the valve cover. Tomorrow morning I'll get the valve cover. First thing in the morning we're gonna go ahead and reinstall it. But yeah, no, it sucks. The customer was really mad, but hopefully with the surprise and lighting up with us. I do feel bad, but you know, it's just the way that things go sometimes. Nonetheless, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll pick it back up and finish up this job and hopefully surprise the customer and make his day. It's currently the next day now. We just received the upper intake manifold gasket and the throttle body gaskets along with the valve cover. Car's a lot better to work on while it's cold and not hot. Come on! There you go. Yeah, look at that. That spark plug's covered in oil. I'm also gonna go ahead and replace the ignition coil while we're at it. I take out the plugs, I'll let it drain for a little bit just so the oil could go inside the piston, and then as soon as we start up the car, I bet you a bunch of smoke's gonna come out, but it's gonna be normal because I mean we're dropping oil into the cylinder anyway. We got our brand new valve cover. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We're gonna put on the Auto Technica valve cover. All right, let's do this. Just hose in like that. Tighten it up. We finished the whole car up. We did the valve cover gaskets, plugged the ignition coil. We fixed the grounding issue. So yeah, all we gotta really do is just test drive it one more time. And once we test drive it, we're gonna come back to the shop, call the customer, tell them to come pick it up. Before we do that, let's see how it turns on now. It's a bit smoky up in the shop right now. I don't know if you guys can see it over here, but there's a bunch of smoke. Yeah, it's just burning off all the oil that fell into the piston. As you guys can see right here, everything looks good. We're just gonna leave it running for a little bit, then we'll test drive it. So I went ahead and test drove the vehicle. The vehicle turned out fine. There wasn't the check engine light issue anymore, nor the valve cover leaking. So I went to my local O'Reilly's to get my customer a gift. I just left my local O'Reilly's. I picked up the Innova 5610 for the customer. We're also gonna be gifting this to the customer as well as a free repair. So let's head back to the shop. We are back here at the shop now. We test drove the vehicle. Vehicle no longer has a check engine light. It's no longer doing that thing where it started up and then it just instantly stalled out. We have the Innova 5610 that we went ahead and picked up from O'Reilly's. We're also going to be gifting this to the customer. I called the customer. He's on the way over here. He's expecting to pay $980, but because of Innova, he's going to get the job completely done for free, and he's going to get surprised with a free scanner. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. You?
Pretty good, pretty good. Here we go. Car's all good to go. We went ahead and fixed the check engine light. We fixed the oil leak. What we went ahead and did was clean the grounds. Once we cleaned the grounds on the vehicle, the car started turning on like normal. It doesn't like stall out like I used to before. So let me just get a signature right here. In other words, oil leak's fixed and your check engine light's no longer there, and you're all pretty much all good to go. This is your copy. Keep that for your records. I do have a surprise for you. Innova, the sponsor of this video, I make YouTube videos. They pretty much sponsor the video. They pretty much pay for your whole bill. So you.
What?
Yup.
Swear.
Yep, swear to God.
Bro, I had to borrow my girl for this shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was not able to afford this shit. But hey, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it. Shout out to her though. Hell yeah.
They paid for the whole bill. You don't owe me anything. You're all good to go. They're also gonna give you the scanner right here. The scanner is the same scanner that I used to fix your car. This is you.
Thank you.
That's yours. You're pretty much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're pretty much all good to go. Fix the check engine light, fix the oil leak, and yeah, you got a brand new scanner. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, appreciate it. Oh, don't forget your receipt. All right, man. Take care.
Man. Thank you.
But yeah, we gave the customer a free repair. You guys were with me the whole process. We used the Innova 5610 to get some frame data to do a proper diagnosis. But yeah, we went ahead and replaced the valve cover, the gaskets along with it, valve cover gasket, intake manifold gasket, and throttle body gasket. The customer left happy. He took the Innova 5610 scanner with him. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching the videos. Nonetheless, I need to get back to work because as much as I love recording, I just can't afford to do it because I mean, I do have other vehicles that I have to attend to. Thank you guys so much, truly. I mean, I wouldn't be able to record these videos, these sponsorships without your guys' support. And you know, when I first started doing these videos, I didn't think anybody would watch. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.